Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Movers Live. I hope everybody is doing fantastically on this another snowy day here in Minnesota, wherever you are at. Hello, hello. Let me know if you are watching this live. We are coming live into a handful of places because Ecamm, my friends, have updated. I love Ecamm. Ecamm is how I get kind of the cool things to all happen. I get to be my own live stream producer. It is so cool. And I love Ecamm. If you are interested in an Ecamm, I think it's like you get 2 free weeks to check it out. Let me know. I have a code for you. Just put Ecamm in the comments. I'll follow up with you and send you that link. All of my links are a little wonky right now. I'm just going to fess up to that right away because I have a new website. We're still working on it, but it's out there. You can go in and check it out and see it. It's at bemoved.com or sally-z.com. Either place will get you to the same website. And we've got a ton coming on there. I'm going to talk more about it at another time, but I just want to forewarn you that some of my shortcut links are broken. We're working on it. Working on it. We're just like a small little operation, so it takes a little bit sometimes for us to get everything in a row because I have been using some of these links for a long time. Moving this website over, it was a whole big thing. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a big thing, but it was even bigger than the big thing I thought it was going to be. So thank you in advance for your grace for us while we are moving some of that stuff over. If I give you a URL or a link and you go to it and it doesn't work, just send me a little message. I'll get you what you need. Okay? Yay. Well, here we are. Today we are talking about the initial things that you need to be doing to kick your keynote speaking career into gear. And there's a difference. So a lot of people come to me and they're like, I want to do more speaking. And for them, and maybe for you too, we have a really broad idea of what it means to be a speaker. I like that. Okay. There's a lot of different ways we can show up and speak. Sometimes we want to leverage the power of speaking in our business to show up and be more confident in our message and consistent with our message. And so we think about showing up as a speaker, meaning we're going to get on more podcasts. We are going to step on what I call the free stages. We are going to leverage social media more. We are going to, do online summits. Those are all speaking. That's all speaking. Okay. You are stepping on a stage, even if it's a free one. In other words, it didn't cost you anything to get there necessarily, and nobody's paying you. But yet you're on a platform and you're sharing a message. So that matters. Maybe as a speaker, you see yourself as more, I want to create more workshops. I want to be paid more for those workshops. I want to do retreats, right? It doesn't just have to be those on stage keynote speaking moments. But let's be real. When we think of a capital S, quote unquote, speaker, we are imagining the big stage moments, those keynote speaking moments. Those are my favorite. I do all of the speaking. I love all of it. I love all of it. But getting on stage in front of more people allows me to have a bigger impact. Plus, I'm a theater person, so I love this stage. Give me all the lights, right? I'm curious, what kind of speaker are you? And how do you see yourself? Do you have the dream of someday showing up on the biggest of stages, or at least a bigger stage than the ones you have had access to in the past? Most of us want to step on the next bigger stage, right? And that's great. I love it. Yes, I'm all about it. I want more of us on those bigger stages. It is Women's History Month. Yesterday was International Women's Day. And for me, and part of my mission is I want more of you women out in front, up on the stages, and getting paid better for it. Okay, so this month we're talking about some of the things that we can do to do that. So today's live is all about the first steps that you can be taking right now without waiting for permission from anybody else to start moving towards keynote speaker. One of my amazing speakers got asked once when she was just getting going, focusing on her speaking, are you a brown bag speaker? Or do you want to be a keynote speaker? And it kind of stopped her in her tracks. She was like, I don't know. Am I a brown bag speaker? She didn't say it with like, are you a brown bag speaker? It was like, are you just, showing up and speaking over the lunch hour for free or not a lot of money just because you're desperate to do something? Or are you ready to up your game and go big time? Well, that moment stuck with my speaker. And when she shared it with me, it stuck with me too. I want us to start to step into those bigger stages and to start to see ourselves as a keynote, big time, powerful speaker. Okay. It honestly starts with us owning for ourselves that we see ourselves that way, that we belong in that moment. That, yep, that's what I want. And we're not going to be embarrassed about owning that space. We're not going to feel selfish about it. We're not going to feel too spotlight on me, too much egotistical. No, we are going to step into that moment and own our voice in that place. But it doesn't mean that it's going to happen for us. Okay, the internal shift is really, really important. But I'm actually going to share with you today 3 things that are more activity focused, externally focused. In other words, they're things that you can do in the now to start to step into this space. And the first thing that you can do, okay, that you can focus your time and energy on is to right away focus on, oh, I lost my, hold please. Here we go. Oh, no. I have too many, uh, too many little text options on this page. Let's see. I had a number 1. Where did it go? Well, no, that's not it. That's the wrong number 1. Anyway, all right, team, here's what we're going to do. I'll just fix them as we go. Your first one is not, we're not ready. We're ready enough. The first thing that we're going to focus on is we're going to get clear. We're going to get clear on our moving message. Okay. So that is the first thing that is really important for us to do is we're going to get clear on our moving message. Now, your moving message is where you and your audience and your purpose come together. And I think those are pretty obvious, right? In terms of who you are It doesn't mean it's easy to figure out. It just means it's a clear concept, right? Who you are, your point of view, your way of being in the world, your values. That is you, your audience, what they need, where they're at, how you in particular can help them, right? Those two ideas come together, which is essential. It can't just be, here I am doing my thing. It's like, otherwise, nobody's going to buy it because they don't need it. So we've got to pay attention to who your audience is and what they need, and make sure that you, in particular, are helping them with what they, in particular, are struggling with. We find that match. But the important part that makes it a moving message is that third circle in the Venn diagram, and that is about your purpose. Another way to think about that third circle in the Venn diagram is to answer the question about how what you're doing in the world is needed right now. Okay, your business. Okay, you come to me, you're speaking about a message of some kind. Hopefully, that message is connected to a business idea. And the question is, why now? Why is it needed right now? That helps us get really clear on our moving message, because what we want to do is think about how all of those pieces come together. Now, this is one of those things that you will work on again and again, right? The iteration is real in speaking. Speaking is iterative. You will come back to these things again and again and again, but getting clear on your moving message is sort of like you're going to put a stake in the ground and then go on to number 2, which is to actually create that message. But first, we want to get clear on the moving message, how all of these pieces come together, your particular point of view. Okay. Once you have put a stake in the ground on that, where you're like, I think it's this. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we are going to create your signature talk with that moving message as the focus for it. Oh, where did it go? There it is. We're going to create your signature talk. Now, you've probably heard me all talk about a signature talk before, and you will hear me do it again. Because a signature talk is the foundation of a speaking business. Every keynoter has a signature talk. So if you have not, if at this point in your speaking, you're like, you are taking requests, I wouldn't call you a keynoter yet. A keynoter has a signature talk because a keynoter is known around an idea or around a handful of ideas that are really connected. And creating your signature talk is the first and most foundational step to get there. Now, number 1 and number 2 are both things that I do in my Signature Talk Studio program. So while we're talking about this, I want you to know, if you haven't done this yet and you want to, I have opened up a few spots in my Signature Talk Studio. We're getting started next week. On Tuesday, we start with our first live coaching call. We do 5 live coaching calls as a part of the program. And then you are in Signature Talk Studio forever. Okay. A lot of my alums will come back and move through cohorts again with me for free, because once you're in, you're in. And as you're moving through, you are iterating on your moving message. You are perhaps creating a second signature talk that you can then use and take with you as you are speaking on the next stages. But the reason we need a signature talk and not just any old talk that is asked of you, a handful of reasons. Number 1, you get to control the narrative of what you're about, which helps you with your authority. You need to be known for something and around an idea. Okay? And repetition allows you to do that. Consistency in message allows you to do that. And a signature talk is a repeatable, scalable, profitable message. So it's a must have in a speaking business. Okay. Some of my speakers come to me and they are determined to build the speaking business, but they don't yet have the signature talk. And what ends up happening is they're working on some of the other aspects of your speaking business and then get lost a little bit, or the message changes and they don't have these pieces clear yet. And they end up having to circle back and redo some things before you should have to circle back and redo some things. Okay. Some of that is natural because, like I said, this is a very iterative business. But if you can first take a stab at your moving message and say, okay, this is what I want to be known for. This is what I'm all about. Then apply that moving message in a signature talk. That's when you are going to start to see some increase in your authority. And people are going to start to see you as a keynote speaker. Okay. To do these things, you have to first see yourself as a potential keynote speaker. But other people will not see you as a keynote speaker unless you have done these two things, right? So you're going to get clear in your moving message. You're going to create that signature talk. And the third piece that is really important for you to do is you are going to get consistently visible with your point of view, or your moving message is another way of thinking about it. Okay. And when you do that, when you consistently get visible, and I mean, not just every 3 months, but when you are showing up and showing your face and sharing your moving message, your clear point of view, your differentiated point of view, right? And a story-based approach for all of this. When you are doing that consistently, people start to go, oh, okay, I know what you're about. You're building trust with me. You're building authority. You're the person. You're who I want to walk with. And they start to think of you when they think about who they want to bring in. Now, it doesn't mean we do these things and then sit back and wait. Part of the speaking business is like getting in there, making pitches. There's some, I hate the word, but there's some hard work and hustle involved in this. But these three foundational pieces, okay, your hard work is only going to go so far if you don't yet do these things. So I'd love for you right now to assess yourself a little bit. How clear are you on your moving message? How clear is your point of view? Do you have a signature talk that you trust, that is a go-to for you, that you can lean on and use in all kinds of different ways? Because a good signature talk is scalable, meaning you can take the core of that message and use it in all kinds of different ways. It is repeatable because you have created that message with your authority, your point of view in mind, what you want to be known for. So repeating it helps underscore that and help people believe in that. And it is essential if you want to get paid as a keynoter. And I want you to get paid more as a keynote speaker because we need more women out front sharing their voice and their stories and their messages. And then the last is we can't just like want to show up on stage and not have built the connections, the authority, the belief through our consistent visibility first. It's asking a lot for people to take a leap on someone who is not out there on a consistent basis. Are you as visible as you need to be? Okay, I would love to hear. Put your thoughts down in the comments. Okay, and if you need the resources in order to do some of this stuff, I've got two things for you. Okay, first is the Scale Your Speaking Guidebook. This is a freebie. Okay. And what we're doing on the Scale Your Speaking Guidebook is we are really walking you through the process, okay, not just these three pieces, but then what happens next? What's the next thing we need to do? What's the next thing? It really shows you the pathway from an idea to getting paid to speak. Okay, it's the whole guide there. Now, some people's journeys are a little bit different, but it's going to give you the step-by-step path to get there. So that freebie is there. This link might not work. If it doesn't, please just send me a message, reach out. I will send you the correct link. The other resource that you need is perhaps if you do not yet have a signature talk, there's lots of great programs out there, but I would encourage you to join Signature Talk Studio. I think it's a phenomenal program, and I'm super biased about it because I made it, but Signature Talk Studio has shown I've used it with my one-on-one clients for 20 years, and then about 3-4 years ago, I took that process and turned it into a course so that more people could afford to learn my particular process. It's a very story-based process because stories are magic and we don't often leverage them well or leverage them in the right way or leverage them enough. So your Signature Talk Studio will show you how to create that repeatable, scalable, profitable keynote talk or signature talk that you can then use as you move on out into the world and share your message more. So this program is always open, but twice a year I do a 10-week kind of focus on it where alums and new people can walk with me a little more intentionally through that process, because DIY programs are helpful if you engage in them. And sometimes this added accountability is exactly what we need to make it happen. Yes? Okay. So 2 resources for you. The Scale Your Speaking Guidebook. Grab that. It's free. It's super helpful. It's going to walk you through the whole steps to get there. And Signature Talk Studio, where we are jumping in next Tuesday as our first live coaching call. So we've got a few more spots in there if you want to go create that signature talk. Ready? Okay. Friends, this was great. Great to see you here. For those of you who came live, I saw you. I hope if there were questions, I might have missed them. Wonderful. Okay, Colleen, I see you. You're going to be working on the materials that you already have. Fantastic. I know I've sent a few things your way. Start with what you have. There's a lot of great materials out there that can help you take steps towards this. And it's worth it. It's worth your time and investment to do that. Good. I'm so glad that was helpful. Okay, friends, thanks for being here. And we will see you maybe next week. Trying to remember, looking at my calendar. I'll let you know. This is great. Thanks. Talk soon. Bye.